Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a twin flame reading. I'm going to be using a lot of different decks here today, so bear with me while I get through all of them. I just kind of felt like dipping into a lot of different energies. So, as usual, just take the messages as they resonate. This isn't going to apply to every single twin flame connection out there, but if you happen to be resonating with some of the messages within the first, few minutes to 10 minutes, this reading may be connected to you. There could be certain aspects that do connect with you and others that don't. So again, like we always say, just take the messages that do and resonate and get rid of the rest. So I'm hoping that you guys will find this to be helpful. So we're just going to dive right into it, okay? So as usual, I will go ahead and list the decks that I've used below. I'll go ahead and try to mention them as I go, but sometimes I always forget. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the Divine Masculine energies. So we're going to see where the Divine Masculine is at this current time, where he's at with his energies, just in general, okay? So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the Divine Masculine at this current time. And I will be reading reversals today. I know I usually don't, or I haven't been lately, I should say, but I am just starting to get into the habit of reading them reversed again. So we are going to do that. So this one right here is the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro or Ciro Marchetti, however you say his name. Okay, so what is going on with the Divine Masculine? What is in his current energy field at this specific time? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull a card from here as well. Okay. All right, so what we have here in the Divine Masculine's current energy space, we have a seductress, okay? We have somebody who is possibly that he's attracted to, okay? Is this the Divine Feminine? We shall see. So we have the Three of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Seven of Wands energy here. Okay, so what I'm getting here is this is definitely a romantic interest and attraction. And the reason why is because we have that Nine of Cups in the upright energy. And so what that means is that the Divine Masculine is looking at this person as somebody that they are wanting. This is somebody that they're attracted to. But for some Divine Masculines out there, this may be something that they're not sure of. The reason why is because we have all these little Venus flytraps around this person. So they're very enticing to them. They feel like they want to come towards them, but they're reserved for some reason. Maybe she's unavailable. Maybe there's just something that's holding them back. But whatever it is, the Divine Masculine has some kind of an energy towards this person as they're starting to see their future. They're starting to envision something with this particular person here, okay? They're starting to see something. They're starting to awaken to something. So that Nine of Cups energy is about, I want to move towards this. I have this feeling. I want to move towards this individual. Now we have the Seven of Wands energy. The Seven of Wands energy, when it's in its upright position, means that I'm going to battle, I'm going to fight for something, or I'm going to hold myself back and protect myself. So what I'm getting from this is that the Divine Masculine is taking down his walls. He is no longer in this state where he is wanting to defend himself or he is wanting to fight so much. It's almost like he's letting his guard down and he's just going with his heart is what I'm seeing. And so even if you're not feeling this energy toward, or that your Divine Masculine is exuding these signs towards you, as in he is coming towards you, it could be because he's in his head. He is just thinking about it. We have it here with this Wands energy here, this Three of Wands. He's thinking about it. He's looking at it, but he's not necessarily charging forth towards it. He may want to, and he might be letting his guard down, but there might still be something where he's just like, there's a couple of obstacles that are in the way that he's kind of holding back a little bit. So that's just what I'm seeing here. So I really feel that for some of you that this is the Divine Feminine. This is you. If you're watching this and you're a Divine Feminine, this could be that this is literally your Divine Masculine starting to feel this pull or this draw towards you. He's starting to either view you from afar, even possibly, is what I'm getting to. And so if some of you have not been in contact for a long period of time, he could be looking at you from afar. He could be spying on you possibly, and just like, looking at your pictures or your social media or whatever it is, just kind of like looking at you, and he's attracted, but there's still something that might possibly be in the way, or he is afraid to come forth 100% because it might be a sticky situation, or he's afraid of the rejection is what I'm even saying for some of them. Some of them may just feel like it's been too long, or they're not even sure how you're going to feel if they come back into your life. And so they're almost like just feeling reserved, as in, I don't know if I want to deal with, the rejection or getting hurt at this present time. So that could be what the holdup is for them. Okay. So why don't we go ahead now and take a look at the divine feminine energies and where she is currently at. Okay, so we have for the divine feminine, we have this beautiful card here, which is literally about seeing the potential in a situation, okay? That's what she's seeing. She's seeing this conception. She's seeing this vision and what something could possibly turn into or be. It's like the beginning of a dream, and, really putting your focus and your intentions into that dream. So we have some focal point there. We also have the Knight of Wands energy. What I'm seeing is this is probably her divine masculine, because we have the Knight of Wands as somebody who is very determined, for one. So this technically could be her energy as well. And the way that I read cards is they can depict people and also energy simultaneously. Okay, so I'm actually getting both of those messages, as in this could be the divine feminine's energy, as in she is just charging forth. She's completely confident in her feelings and in herself right now, and so she is just, nothing is holding her back. Okay, but the Knight of Wands is somebody who we're very attracted to or very drawn to at this specific time. And so because of this energy, because of this pull that she has towards her divine masculine, it's like she's starting to see the potential of their future. She's starting to see the reason why they came together and what this all means. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords energy. I think it's very interesting that we have three knights that came up. Now I'm using a different deck, of course, here. So this one here is which one is this? Legacy of the Divine Tarot, also by Ciro Marchetti, or however you say his name. So I think it's interesting that we have three knights here that have come up, and they're all in different suits. Okay, so this could really be for people watching this, as in you're trying to decipher whether or not this message is for you. We could be talking about a divine masculine that is either a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. We could also be talking about a Knight of Swords energy, which is the air sign, Libra, Gemini, and oh my gosh, what's the other one? Why can't I think? Aquarius. Or we could be talking about a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio with that Knight of Cups. Now, that doesn't exclude any earth signs out there, but this could be this pivotal moment where you're just like, I'm not sure if this reading's for me. Maybe that's just what you needed as a confirmation that, hey, maybe there is a message here for you, okay? But this is also as far as like opposing energies as well. This is somebody who's very passionate. They're going towards their passion. But this is the Knight of Swords energy, which is I'm moving forward at such great speed that I might trip myself up because I'm not really being... I'm not taking the time to like really think about it. Okay, I'm just charging forth. I'm being like super aggressive. So what I'm getting here is that the divine feminines right now might feel like they're on fire, and they're just like moving really fast, moving really, really just towards their goals. But this is almost a little bit of a warning, like you need to be careful not to, make sure that you think before you go into something, like you feel something and it feels right on every level, and maybe you're just not taking the time to logically break it down and say, hey, maybe it's not the right time, or maybe I need to pull back a little bit. Maybe I don't need to share exactly what I'm thinking at this present time. Could be something like that. But anyways, I just really think that this is aspects of her energy as well as certain divine masculines that are being identified with these energies at this present time. But the knights are all about moving forward and taking action. And so I see a lot of action being taken when it comes to people's emotions, their passions, and what they're thinking as far as communication is concerned. So some of you divine feminines might really have this great idea that it might be time to communicate, and maybe you're correct on that. Okay, maybe you are. So let's take a look at this next card. Oh my gosh, and we have the King of Swords energy here. So This really could be, it could be an air sign, Aries, a Gemini, or Aquarius, but it does not have to be. So try not to get stuck on those signs. But this is really an indication that this King of Swords person, as in this could be the Divine Masculine, is ready to have a conversation. He is ready to communicate with this Divine Feminine. Okay, maybe that's the reason why she's feeling confident. Maybe that's the reason why she is ready to communicate as well, because she just has this inner knowingness that the time is right. Okay, so again, it might not be a warning. It could be a little bit of just to make sure that you tame down your passions and jump more into like that logical frame of mind, or balance the passion with the logic. Okay, that could be it as well. But there is this indication here of really communicating and being ready to communicate. So if there has not been communication between this Divine Masculine and Feminine, that might be changing here in the near future. Okay, you guys might just both really be thinking about it right now, and people just have to make a move. So that could be it. So let's go ahead and take a look now at what the energies are for the Divine Masculine when he thinks about his Divine Feminine. What are his energies towards her and this union? So I'm going to be using the Shadowscapes Tarot. Okay. And I've never used this deck before, so it's probably, well, no, actually there's some of them that are reversed. I just want to make sure that not all of them are reversed, because I don't like to use a deck that's all reversed. Now, it looks like it's pretty even. So I've actually never used this deck, I don't think in a reading or on camera before, so this is kind of new for me. It's very light, which is one of the reasons why I haven't been picking it up, because it just doesn't show up well on camera. So I hope you guys can see the images. But this is how the Divine Masculine is viewing, or his energy, I should say, his energy towards the Divine Feminine at this present time. And I'm also going to be using the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. Okay, so we have balance, okay? So what I'm getting here is that his energy towards the Divine Feminine is much more balanced than it was before, okay? So he could have just recently came to a conclusion when it comes to his Divine Feminine. He may just be feeling a lot more at peace. Maybe before he was imbalanced. Maybe before he was just really not feeling like he was ready. But what I'm seeing here is that he is seeing that he's like seeing that energy between the two of them as much more balanced. What I'm also getting to is that he sees her as somebody that will bring balance and restore that balance back into his life. His life may be very, very chaotic at this present time, and maybe he is looking at her to restore some sort of balance for him, okay? We have the, what is this? The Three of Pentacles energy, okay? So we have the Three of Pentacles, and I don't even know if you can see that. It's very light, see, like I said. So the Three of Pentacles, especially when it's in its reverse position, is an indication that can we come together in the 3D world? Can this work, okay? So what I'm getting here is that pullback that we saw with the very first card. Can it work? Is it possible? I'm not sure. They're not even sure, okay? They might crave that balance, but they're not sure quite how to get it or how to come forward towards you in the 3D world is what I'm seeing here. They might feel it. They might think it. They might feel passionate about it. But actually, we didn't see any earth energy when we were talking about each other here. And that might be why, is because people are not sure how to come forward in the 3D world. They're just not sure. They're feeling hesitant. We have the Eight of Swords energy in the reverse position. Now, I like to see it in the reverse position because it doesn't have as much power as the Eight of Swords upright. The Eight of Swords upright is telling us that we feel very tight. We feel very constrained, like we can't move forward. But it really is from our own thinking and our own thoughts, as in we feel trapped by what we're thinking. We feel trapped with the way that we're thinking about a situation. So that Eight of Swords in reverse says we do have the power in order to remove ourselves from anything that's holding us back. And so what I'm seeing here is that for the Divine Masculine, the way that he's starting to see the Divine Feminine is, even though he might feel like he's not sure how it could even work in the 3D world, it's almost like he's willing to possibly take a chance. He's willing to unravel the things that have been holding him back for quite some time. And we also have the Temperance card here in reverse. Now, this could be an indication that the Divine Masculine is dealing with a Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. This is just an indication of balance and healing and patience. And so what I'm getting here is that we already know with this card here that balance and the Temperance card are really the same. And so what I'm getting is that his energy towards her is really about he needs her. He feels like he needs her in order to restore the balance in his life. He might, like I said, feel very off balance, or he hasn't been able to connect with another person, and he's really looking for her to restore that balance within him. It may just be time for him to reach out to her for this balance. He may have been wanting to do this for quite some time, and now he's starting to work through the constraints, whatever has been holding him back. So that's how his current energy is towards the Divine Feminine. Let's go ahead and see what the Divine Feminine's energy is towards him. And I'm just going to use the same deck for the both of them. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got the Intention card here. So this is an indication here that the Divine Feminine, this is how she is feeling towards, or her energies towards her Divine Masculine, as in the intentions, okay? Whatever intentions that she has, whether they're positive or negative, she knows she's creating it, okay? She knows that those are the experiences that she's going to be flowing towards herself and to, just creating the situation. We also have the Empress, which is Divine Feminine energy in its full upright position. So it's very powerful, very positive. So what I'm getting here is that it's that same energy. Knight of Wands. I feel on fire. I feel confident. I feel brave. I feel like I'm ready. So I feel like the Divine Feminines right now, their energy towards the Divine Masculine is like, I've worked on myself. I've worked on my intentions. I've worked on my healing, my energy, all my work. It's not saying that every single person out there right now listening to this is complete and has done everything that they need to do and they're done. No, this is just an indication that you're really feeling very focused and intended on working on yourself as a Divine Feminine, okay? Yes, your intentions may have started off with your Divine Masculine in mind, that you wanted the union and that's all that mattered to you. These things may have changed for you, okay? You may have stepped into your full Divine Feminine energy, as in now you are whole on your own. And so now you're able to see clearly as the bigger picture to this connection, as well as what you can now put the energy towards this connection, as in you've worked on yourself, you're feeling good, you're feeling stable, but now it's time to, to put your intentions towards this connection. So whatever your intentions are towards this connection is what you're going to be getting out of it, is what I'm seeing. So it's very powerful, very strong. We have the Nine of Wands energy. The Nine of Wands energy is literally about just like you've been so strong through whatever struggles and whatever trials you've gone through with this connection, or just within yourself and your own healing. It's been trying, it's been tough, but you've made it, okay? You were like ready for victory is what I'm seeing here. So that 9 is almost at the 10, which is I'm almost there, okay? And then we also have the Two of Wands energy. The Two of Wands energy to me is another twin flame card, as in this is this duality, this connection, these two flames, these two fire energies that are together. But it is also about decisions as well. But do you see how all these cards came up upright for the Divine Feminine? This is really positive energy to me. So this just means that the Divine Feminine right now is feeling really, really strong and really positive towards her Divine Masculine. She's hung in there. She's worked on herself. Her intentions are pure with both of them in mind now. And now she's literally wanting to manifest this connection and bring them together. So powerful for the Divine Feminines out there. I couldn't be happier for those of you that are resonating with those messages. So let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the blockages. Okay. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a look at the energy of the actual connection. Okay. That's what I want to see. Okay. So where is the Divine Feminine and Masculine within their actual connection? That's what I want to see currently, right now. The twin flame union energy. Love it. Okay, that was the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. This one here is the Romance Angels. Okay, this is what's coming up, people. So what we have here, and I love it because the Eight of Cups energy literally is about people that are walking away from things that are no longer working for them. So this is what the energy is at this current time for both the divine feminine and masculine. They're currently working on leaving things behind that are no longer serving them. That's what the Eight of Cups energy is. And they do it very healthily, okay? They detach from things. They make the decision themselves to do this, okay? It's not like the Tower energy where the universe comes in or circumstances or karma steps in and basically hands your ass back to you, okay? It's not like that energy. We make the choice in order to do this, okay? We realize that there's a lot of things or a lot of ways that we've been living our life that maybe they're inauthentic, and so we're just wanting to walk away from those things. So that's what I'm seeing here for the divine feminine and masculine. Their union energy is people are starting to get to these points in their lives where they're leaving things behind, and that's great, okay? We also have healing. Major healing has already taken place within this dynamic. So much has been healed. So for some of you, you might be thinking to yourself that, gosh, we have such a long way to go. There's so much healing that needs to be done. What I'm getting here is that believe in divine miraculous healing here, okay? That basically this healing can happen, and it's not something that you even need to be aware of. It could be happening behind the scenes that you're completely unaware of. Your divine masculine or divine feminine may just be healing at such a rapid rate. They might be going through things that are just so life-changing that they're really healing at a rapid rate. So it's like believe in that. Believe that there could be miraculous healing going on that you're even unaware of, okay? So major healing has already taken place is what I'm seeing here. And it's also still currently going on. The Queen of Earth's energy here really to me is it could be connected to the divine feminine, but I'm getting this as union energy. The Queen of Earth is, it's almost like Empress energy to me. So divine feminine energy. This is people that are really working on themselves in the material world. They're working on themselves. And the reason I say that is because we have the Nine of Earth energy. The Nine of Earth literally is that it's a 9. We're working alone. We're working on ourselves. We're building up our confidence levels. We're building up our independence. We are trying to figure out how we're going to be taking care of ourselves. So that way we have something to offer. So this is people that are really wanting to work on their financial status or build themselves up in the material world to where they feel good enough to where they can come forward and offer something more solid. So to me, I just feel like it's them working on themselves in all areas. It doesn't just have to be financial. This is just becoming more of a stable person, becoming more of a whole person. So that way I can come towards you and actually offer you something. And I see the Ace of Swords energy. When I see the Ace of Swords energy, to me, this is the beginning of awakening. This is the beginning of concepts, aha moments like, okay, I finally understand something now. I finally get it now, okay? So now that I get it, now I can move forward with this energy. Now, swords are a little bit of a challenging type of an energy as well. So this awakening or these realizations don't come without their challenges, of course. So we've grown through these challenges is what I'm getting. So this couple has really grown through all of these things, or this is where this is the current energy. This is what's still going on and what has led them to where they're at now. So now with what we see with these romance angel cards is we have the attraction card. And so whenever I see this, to me, this is about the law of attraction, and it's also about your physical attractiveness, as in what you are radiating out into the universe. So this is going to be how you feel about yourself, your confidence levels, if you feel beautiful inside and out, just all of those things, anything that makes you feel good. It's telling you, it's like that's what people are doing or needing to work on at this present time, is to make sure that their vibrations are really, really high, so that way they can attract their partner back into their life. So what I'm seeing is that if some of you twin flames are coming back together in union, it's like the law of attraction, your intentions that you've put out there. We already just saw the intention card for the divine feminine. Whatever intentions that you've put out there, it's like you're now starting to reap the rewards, okay? Your divine masculine or divine feminines could have came back, and you guys are recapturing this youthful energy between the two of you. It's very playful right now. It feels very good. You're also probably attracted to, you're wanting this is what I'm getting here. So the union right now is emulating this attractiveness, as in both parties are feeling drawn towards one another. They're feeling drawn towards, they want this playful feeling that how it used to be is what I'm getting. There's something about that, the past. This is kind of like a 6 of Cups card to me, where we're reminiscing on the past. We're attracted to our partner from the past. This partner is somebody that we had a lot of good times with, or things were just really good with this person. I felt more balanced with this person. So I want them back in my life. So this is union energy. This is union energy, as in we've been alone or been apart for a little bit of time, and now I want to come back and I want to feel this again, is what I'm getting here. And possibly I want to actually settle down with you and get married to you, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be an indication that one of you is in another relationship. Could be a marriage, or it could be just that you're in another committed type of a relationship. And so this could be what you are working on walking away from or releasing from your life at this present time. And once that ending takes place, this person can now come towards you. This connection can now happen with the two of you. So I'm getting all those messages with this. So to me, it really looks great as far as people that want to heal, people that want to detach from things that are no longer working, people that want new beginnings. They've worked on themselves. They want a fresh new start. That's what I'm seeing here. So it's very positive. So let's go ahead now and take a look at some of the blockages and some of the shadowy aspects right now. Let's go ahead and see that. So we are using the Tarot of the Vampires for this one. So this is just going to begin some of the ways that the divine masculine may be blocked at this present time and things he needs to heal. This one here is the House of Night Oracle. Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle, yeah. And this one here is the Healing Reading cards. Okay. We have Inner Child for the Divine Masculine. So this really could be about something that needs to be healed within the Divine Masculine, like a shadow, something that he may not have dealt with quite yet, or he's still working through or processing, is something related to his inner child, something related to his past childhood, perhaps the way that he was raised. So there could be this indication where he's still just kind of trying to find his way or battle something that has either happened to him, or just the way that he views relationships as a whole was really what he's exposed to in the past. Okay, we have complicated. So yeah, there's definitely something that's complicated about this for the Divine Masculine. His childhood could have been complicated, and so this could be why he is bringing this energy towards this reading at this present time. We have the Ace of Grails, 5 of Grails, and the Magician. So this is what I'm getting here from this for the Divine Masculine. The Ace of Grails is the Ace of Cups. That just means our cup is running over. We're feeling really good, okay? But it also is an indication to me of emotional healing, feeling emotionally whole. We feel whole, so that way we can now go to the 2 of Cups energy, which is we can share that cup with somebody else. So I'm actually getting for the Divine Masculine right now, what may be currently holding him back, or something that still needs to be healed as in a shadow, is that he needs to heal this part of himself. We have the 5 of Grails, which is a very sad card because it indicates the way that we look at something is actually quite negative. So if we would only look at what is good instead of what is negative about a connection or about love in general, because that's what I'm getting here, that really has to do with his issue. We have the Magician here. The Magician is somebody who actually creates. This is somebody who is a manifester. This is somebody who, literally, if whatever energy they put into a situation is what they're going to create. And so what I'm getting here is that the divine masculine, for some of them, could really have a complicated past or a complicated way that they look at love in general. And so this really, really creates them to not be able to have that connection with another person. That Ace of Grail. So what I'm getting is that they're lacking the self-work. We have the Magician, which is a 1, and we also have the Ace, which is a 1. So that really tells me that there is something that needs to be started. There is something that still needs to be finished. So we're still in the beginning stages. Now, that doesn't mean that some of the divine masculines have not done any of this work, but this is just an indicator that the work has to start at some point, okay? We don't want to take this into our connection with our divine feminine. We still need to work on something. We still need to love ourselves more. We still have something that we need to heal. And I just really feel like it has something to do with the way that they look at love in general. The way that they look at love in general is they're looking at all the negatives. They're not looking at the positives. And I think it's just a lack of self-love. And so really that's why they're having to go back to their younger state, or just kind of back to ground zero within why they look at love that way. It could be connected to their past. It could be something complicated that happened to them. There could be a reason for this. And that's just what I'm feeling here. So he is manifesting his experiences. So how he views and looks at love, he is manifesting for himself. So if he is constantly manifesting relationships that don't go anywhere, that are unfulfilling for him, it is because he has not filled his own cup first. So when you come together with the 2 of Cups, if your cup is not full and it's empty, then you're just going to either take from that other person, and then once that cup is gone, then you're going to feel depleted, and you're going to feel like that other person has nothing to give to you, and you might walk away from that person. So some of the divine masculines really may be on this negative pattern of doing this negative pattern of looking for love in all the wrong places, because they still have not been able to find it within themselves. They still have not been able to heal this part of themselves. So I'm hoping that makes sense for some of you. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the divine feminine. Okay, so there is something about the divine feminine and her cycles, okay? So literally, it's so funny that I said cycles. I swear, I just thought of like hormonal cycles. I don't know why, and that might mean something to some of you, but I don't know, okay? There could be hormonal related issues to where it's affecting your emotional space, but I'm just seeing that that's probably going to be maybe just for 1 or 2 people out there. But really as a whole, I'm talking about cycles as in the way that you've been doing things for a long time now, okay? This could be things that you have you need to heal, things that you've been doing for quite some time, ways of thinking, what your approaches to things, ways that you process situations, stress, guilt, sadness, whatever. The way that you're processing it, it's a cycle now, okay? So now it's become kind of like a shadow, something that you need to heal. And we have honesty. So this is an interesting card coming up with this, because this is saying that there is an amount of honesty that you need to have within yourself, possibly even with other people. Maybe you're not telling other people how you truly feel, and this has become a negative cycle for you. Maybe you are not able to be honest with yourself about a particular situation or person, and so this is something that also causes you to go round and round and round into where you feel like you're getting nowhere, okay? We do have the Emperor, so this could be connected to your divine masculine, because that's the divine masculine energy for me, okay? But this is also an energy where we need to take control. We need to take control back in our lives and tell people no. When we mean no, we mean no, okay? Or when we say yes, that, we ask for what we want. We're honest with ourselves and we're honest with other people. And if we're not, then we just keep going around and around in the same cycles with people. So I'm just feeling that this is probably connected to her divine masculine, and this could be something that she does with her divine masculine, where she's not honest with herself or honest with him, and as in regards to what she really is truly looking for, or she just needs to possess the Emperor's energy, which is she needs to take control and basically tell people that something's not working for her. She needs to be more, I don't know why I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but she just needs to be more honest and just tell people what's up, okay? We also have the 10 of Grails, which is the 10 of Cups, but it's coming up in the reverse position. So what I'm getting here is that the 10 of Cups is really a beautiful card where we feel like we have it all. We have the marriage, we have the kids, we have the happiness, the marriage, the commitment, everything, okay? So when it's coming up in the reverse position, this is an indication to me coming up as the blockage, something that needs to be healed, or her shadow self. This is an indication that she probably doesn't feel like she deserves happiness, and that's what one of the problems is. She might say she wants it, but maybe on some deep level, as in some kind of cycle within her, she doesn't really truly feel like she deserves it, okay? She wants a king, But when she gets it, or when maybe she puts all of her hopes and her dreams on the wrong type of a person. This could also be for some of you out there that are just like, I always pick the same type of men. Maybe that's because you're on a cycle. Maybe it's time to be honest with yourself and say, why are you doing this? Why are you choosing this type of person that can't give you this commitment? Why are you always choosing unavailable people? That could be it too, okay? We also have the Four of Scepters here. This is the Four of Wands energy. And I think it's really interesting because this really does embody commitment. And especially when I see it with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, we're talking about marriage and commitment here, okay? So what I'm seeing here is that, yes, of course, this is what she truly wants with her divine masculine. But there could be some kind of aspect within her where she keeps going after the same types of, she keeps going towards something that maybe is not right for her at that particular time. Maybe her divine masculine is unavailable in a certain way, okay? Or maybe he's just a certain way that emulates something from her past, like a cycle, and she is drawn to her divine masculine in that way. Maybe this divine masculine has said, I don't want marriage and I don't want commitment. I don't even believe in that sort of thing. And that's all she wants, but yet she is attracted to this person that's telling her no. There could be some kind of a cycle, some kind of an honesty or an honest conversation with herself or this person to break this cycle, as in, I'm standing up for what I want. You don't want marriage. You don't want this commitment. Well, hey, I do. So you know what? I'm willing to step away from this relationship and go towards something that is working. Hell, maybe that's what this person needs to hear and be afraid to lose this connection with you in order to get their shit together. That could be it too. But what I'm seeing is that a major cycle needs to be broken here, and it's going to be broken with honesty, an honest talk with this person or an honest talk with yourself. And this may not have to do with anything with your divine masculine. This could just be the dipshits that you keep choosing over and over again that can't give you what you want. And maybe you're attracted to that for a reason. Maybe there's something in regards to your past that you're constantly attracted to this type of individual because they can't give you what you want. And so it always leads to a dead end. It never gives you this. You're always in this state, which is in a state of lack. So it is about taking control and being more honest and direct with people and not being afraid to speak your truth. That's just what's coming through, okay? So let's go ahead now. What are we doing here? Let's go forward now with, let's see what else. I didn't really plan this reading out as far as an outline, so I'm just kind of winging it right now. Let's go ahead and go with some of the connections between the divine masculine and the feminine. And I know I kind of already did that, but I'm just like feeling like I want to, like a universal connection. Okay, we already know that the twin flame connection is a universal divine connection, but I just want to take a look a little bit more of like the strengths of this connection here, because we just went through the shadows. Let's go through the strengths. This right here is the cosmic reading cards. We have new chapter. It's great. I love that. And we have be fearless. And we have intuition. Okay. So the cosmic connection, their cosmic strength, okay? Fearless. So this literally is about moving forward fearlessly, okay? So if they're not feeling that at this present time, this is just a part of the connection. It is to trigger this response within your other person or other partner and yourself, is to be fearless in this connection. New chapters, as in there might be the end of old chapters, but we cannot go into the new if we're holding on to things that are not working. So this is literally an energy is saying, be fearless, let the old chapters go, so that way the new energy and the new chapters can unfold, okay? So that is the strength within this connection, is death and rebirth. Death and rebirth, that's just what I'm seeing here for some of you. So you guys may have been on this cycle with your divine masculine for quite some time, where it just seems like it's over and then it starts again, it's over, it starts again. It seems like an endless cycle. But what I'm getting here is that you need to be fearless when it comes to opening up these new chapters within this situation and this connection. So if this is one of your first times separating with your divine masculine, it's telling you to be fearless, that this is supposed to be a little bit challenging. This is supposed to get you guys to the newness and the evolution of this connection. And we also have the intuition. So for you and your divine masculine, you could be extremely connected on an intuitive level with them, a psychic level, as in, you know, through dream worlds, 5D work, just telepathic communication. They seem to always be on your mind, or you're always on theirs, or you just know what they're thinking and feeling. You intuitively know things that they're doing or that they're going to do. You just intuitively feel it on every level. And so what I'm getting is that connection between the two of you is very, very strong. So if one of you is thinking something, it's a good possibility that the other one is also mirroring that same kind of energy and thought as well. Okay. So those are the beautiful strengths of this connection. So why don't we go ahead now and take a look at some of the timing. So this is just basically some energies in regards to just movement forward. Okay. This is like the energies of not necessarily the people, not the divine feminine and masculine, but just, I guess, as the connection as far as moving forward. So we've got cards of yes or no, or timing, or wait. And I just want to see what this looks like at this present time. Now, this can change, of course, as early as tomorrow. So try not to get caught up in it if it seems like, oh my gosh, it says next year. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a year from now. But I just want to see what's going on here. Okay. So as far as future, what energies are we looking at here? Okay, so the energies are communicate clearly. This came up in the beginning of the reading, people. People want to communicate. Your divine masculine either wants to communicate with you, or you want to communicate to them, or you guys both too. I really saw two people wanting to come towards each other and have some kind of movement to some communication. So communicate clearly is what the universe is saying as far as moving forward with this connection. We have success. So this is an indication here that moving forward, that there will be some kind of success when it comes to communication. So this could be the indication here that the communication is a success. People feel really good that they finally communicated. Maybe somebody gets something off of their chest. Maybe they have some sort of closure to where they can close out that chapter and move forward into a new direction. Whatever this is, it's about the success, or the communication leads to success in whatever way that means for the individual. And then we have wait. So this is also telling me that this communication, it might not happen right away. Or earlier when I had suggested that maybe it was a little bit of a warning that you're feeling like you want to communicate, but there might be a period where you pull back a little bit and kind of think about what you want to say before you charge forward, because the Knight of Swords is that energy for the divine feminines that came up, as in we just basically fire off and we say what we want to say, and maybe that's not the right approach. Maybe we just need to wait a little bit, or maybe we just need to wait for a second and get our thoughts together and then communicate. Okay, so I'm seeing a little bit of a pause when it comes to communicating, but once in that way, so when you wait, you communicate more clearly, and then you have more success because you communicated clearly. So if you're struggling right now, if you're feeling like you're not sure what you want to say, there's a reason. You need to get clear in your mind. Also, this is a message to where if you're waiting for communication from, let's just say, your divine masculine or feminine, there might be a reason why you're not getting it right now, because they want it to be successful. They want to be able to communicate clearly, and maybe they're just not clear at this present time. So there's this period of waiting that is currently taking place. So it's about being patient with that, okay? Now let's go ahead and take a look here at the messages that your divine masculine, yes, this is going to be the divine masculine's higher self, his message towards you at this present time when it comes to him, and his advice towards you when it comes to dealing with him. What he's telling you. He's saying like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. Okay, so this really is about, if you really want your divine masculine to come towards you, you need to make sure that you are giving him some kind of a signal or sign. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to actually, physically tell him or give him that green light, but this is energy wise as well. So if you are saying, I just wish that my divine masculine would reach out to me, but fuck him, that son of a bitch, he did this, he did that, that's not attracting him. Okay, you're still holding on to some unresolved energy that's literally repelling him still. Okay, so what he's telling you, this from his higher self, is that if you want me to come back, I need to feel it. I need to feel I need to feel the attraction, as in I need to feel safe. I need to feel you wanting me to come back without, it doesn't mean that everything has to be perfect, but this is that indication that he needs somewhat of a green light or a clear road. So if he feels or senses that there's unresolved shit there, or that you're still angry with him or whatever that is, he may not 100% have the confidence to come back. And we did see that with the earlier cards. We saw him, the Temperance, as in he is attracted to want to come towards something with that Knight of Cups energy, but there was hesitation on his part because he was afraid for some reason. So for some of you, you might need to soften up your energy. And I know that some of you are listening to that and going, fuck that. I get it, I really do. But this is what the message is coming through for the Divine Masculines that I'm channeling right now. They need to know or feel it on some level that you want them, is what I'm getting here. Okay, so this is for the Divine Feminine, her higher self, to her Divine Masculine. She wants him to be authentic to who he really is. Okay, that's all she wants. This says you are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you truly feel. All she wants is honesty from him. She just wants him to be more authentic to what he truly is and what he truly wants. If he's spending time with another individual that he's not even happy with, that's not him being authentic to who he really is. So she wants him to take the time to be honest with himself and say, you know what, I'm not happy. I don't want to be with that person. I want to be with you. That's for some of you that are dealing with a Divine Masculine that's in a karmic relationship. But if that message doesn't apply to you, you literally just want him to just be happy. So if he is authentically happy in your connection, you want him to be honest enough to be able to come forth to you and tell you how he truly feels. That's what you're telling him. You're telling him to be honest with himself, therefore he can be honest with you. And that's all that you want. It's as simple as that, okay? So what is the message from the angels for this connection? Look at your pattern in relationships. So they want both people to take the time to see their part in the relationship. So nobody is without blame here, okay? It's not one-sided. This person did everything and this person was just innocent. I'm not saying that what happened between the two of you is equal, but everybody has a part to play here. So what they're telling you is that look at your pattern in this relationship and also your other relationships. It says it requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. I think it's really interesting that I just talked about this. People do need to change their energies and shift them if they want to attract their partner. Also, whatever patterns that people have in relationships that they've been playing out for quite some time, and we can see that the Divine Masculine, the way that he might be looking at love and relationships is kind of flawed. So he needs to be authentic to what he truly is and what's going on there. He has work to do as well. So people need to take the time to look at their patterns in their relationships and modify or change their behavior within this dynamic as well. This person may constantly say, I love you, I want to be with you, but maybe their energy is different, or this person, their energy is completely different and they're saying, no, I don't want this, but yet how they truly feel is they really do want it, but they don't know how to be happy. So there is some amount of major deep healing that needs to still take place within this connection. So people are just being asked to look at their patterns in relationships with each other as well as outside relationships or relationships they've been in so far, and really just examine that and take a look and just be more authentic and, you know, like attracts like. So also too, what I'm getting with the like attracts like is be what you want to attract. Okay. So if you are feeling broken, Divine Feminines, if you are feeling like you are sad and you're unworthy, that's the kind of person that you're going to attract. You're either going to attract another person that's still not ready, or you're still not going to attract your Divine Masculine because he isn't ready, or hell, you'll attract him and he still isn't going to give you what you are looking for. So it literally is about working on yourself, raising your vibration, and just radiating what it is that you want mirrored back to you. So it literally is about raising that vibration and making sure that if you're being honest and authentic, that's what you're going to attract back from either your Divine Masculine. So if he ain't coming back towards you, that might be because he is not ready to be honest. And so you don't want it anyways in that form. You're willing to also be authentic to who you truly are. So that's really kind of a dual message for you as well. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the angels will be working on with the two of you in the future. Future angelic energies. Those were the Whispers of Love Oracle cards that I just used. Forgot to say. These ones here are the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses from Toni, Carmine, Salerno. Angels, gods, or goddesses appointed to this relationship at this current time and in the future. We have the Goddess of Strength. We have the Angel of the Universe. And we have the Goddess of the Unknown. So 2 goddesses and an angel. So feminine energy here coming through strong. So this could be that this is, it doesn't mean it's more for the feminine, but it's just the feminine energy is coming through here. We have Angel of Universe, which says you are being encouraged to expand your thinking, okay? So literally the Angel of Universe is asking both parties to expand their horizons, to expand their way of thinking. This is literally to work on yourself spiritually as an evolving, okay? This is about learning new concepts. This is about thinking outside of the box. So if you have been turning something around in your mind and it just still seems like you're stuck, it might be because you're still not looking at it in the right type of way. Maybe you're fixated or stuck on a certain concept. So they're telling you to think bigger. They're telling you to be more universal when it comes to your thinking is what they're saying. So the angels are literally working on this connection to think outside of just your immediate issues and your immediate problems. It's much bigger than that, as in there's a bigger lesson at hand here, or there's a bigger reason at hand here. It's not just to the here and now, it's for the bigger picture. So that's what they're telling you to do, is they're telling you to really look at the bigger picture instead of just the here and now, okay? So they're working on the both of you, or just one of you specifically, if that resonates with you. Goddess of Strength. It says, stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Holy shit. So that really tells me, we had this come up earlier, you know, like attracts like. Be authentic to who you are. Don't settle for less. If you want your divine masculine to be honest, and you want him to give you commitment, then you may think twice about being involved with him when he is not mirroring that same quality back to you, okay? That's not to be judgmental at all for any of you that are in that type of situation, but you really have to think about, you know, like does attract like. So you might still be attracting this person that's unavailable to you, that's not willing to give a 100% commitment to you, because you are allowing them to also do that to you and another person. And so that might just be that cycle that you're trapped in. You might need to break out of that cycle in order to create some kind of change. And the Goddess of Strength is saying, you deserve more than that. Demand self-respect. You're not going to put up with that shit. That's what they're saying, okay? We also have the Goddess of the Unknown, which says a new chapter of your life is around the corner. Remove fear and embrace the unknown. So literally a new chapter is about ready to begin within this connection, okay? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the unknown. So if you need to stand up for yourself, if you need to demand self-respect in this connection, and you're afraid, you don't know how it's going to go, do it anyways. Do it anyways, okay? Because what they're telling you is embrace the unknown. There is something magical in the unknown. There is something is more, again, there's something bigger at hand here, okay? So some of you are probably saying, well, if I do this, then I might lose this person. Nope, what I'm seeing is that there's a bigger picture and a bigger lesson for this connection. So even if that initially happens, what I'm seeing is that there's a bigger reason, even bigger than you realize. That's why you need to do it, for that healing or for people to grow. It's necessary, it has to happen. So we're gonna go ahead and end the reading now with some fortune telling cards. So these are Madame Endora's fortune telling cards. So these are going to be just kind of like a fortune for the future. And then I'm going to match them up with some universal messages. We have the Serpent. A sly and subtle approach is needed. This is not an accident that this is coming up. So remember at the beginning of the reading, it was like the Knight of Swords approach. Even though it's great, as in you are charging forth, you are going to say what you want to say, the Knight of Swords can sometimes be tactless and sometimes say things too quickly to where people may not be ready, or they may not respond to us the way that we're wanting them to respond. So sometimes it's best to take a little bit of a different approach. So a sly and subtle approach is needed instead. So you guys, the Divine Feminines may be battling that Knight of Wands and that Knight of Swords energy. It's about getting that into check and in balance first before you either communicate or before you respond to a communication when it comes to your Divine Masculine, or before you make a move or do something, okay? So it's literally about pulling the energy back, waiting, like the universe said, and thinking about it and taking a little bit of a different approach, sly and subtle, okay? Okay, imagination clouds your judgment. Oh my God. So yeah, this is interesting because this is saying here, okay, so the swords energy literally is about our mind and our thoughts. Your imagination clouds your judgment. So that's why they're telling you a sly and subtle approach is needed. So literally this could be something that's happening right now, or that may be happening in the future, okay? So there could be something that happens that you're quick to anger, or you're quick to react, okay? As in maybe you feel very passionate. You want to go towards your Divine Masculine. It's a good feeling initially, okay? But your imagination about how things are going to go, maybe that's going to cloud your judgment, and maybe that's not the right approach at that particular time. So be very careful when it comes to your words and what you're thinking. Pull back and wait a second, okay? Just like the universe said before. And we have change, our winds of change. Your surroundings will undergo transition. So we already saw that something is about ready to change. So there is some kind of changes that are on the horizon. There's some sort of change that's in the wind. So things will be changing. So maybe it's best to just pull back, be a little bit more subtle and sly right now, because it's almost like the universal energy is going to shift things. So maybe you don't want to jump the gun just yet. You might want to wait for better results is what I'm getting, okay? So let's end it up with some future energies between your Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. So twin flame energies for the future. This is the Angels Tarot by Doreen Virtue. We have the Eight of Action, okay? Okay, so the Eight of Action is the Eight of Wands energy. We have the Five of Abundance, which is the Five of Pentacles energy. And the Five of Action. I think it's really interesting that we have two fives coming up, okay? So I think what this is saying, this is like the warning, this is like the pullback, okay? That's what I'm getting here. So the Eight of Action is the Eight of Wands. You know, we feel really either passionate or about ready to feel really passionate about something. So this is what they're saying here. It says there's so much going on right now that it may feel overwhelming to you, but it's wonderful to be so busy with work that you love. So it's like they're saying that this is a great energy initially when you feel it. It might be pushing you towards action, but now we have the fives. I'm going to tell you what these are. Five of Pentacles as we know it. So I'm just going to read it. It says, there are times when everybody needs a hand. Your angels want you to know that you needn't go through your current challenges alone. So accept the help of those others or those around you. The situation that you're currently experiencing is temporary. So yes, of course, the Five of Pentacles energy does embody that energy where we might need assistance or a helping hand because maybe things are falling apart for us or things we feel left out in the cold. So I'm actually getting a couple of different energies from this. Somebody may actually be reaching out to you for help, or they may be reaching out to you to balance their energy, as in that's what came up earlier for the Divine Masculine who was looking at his Divine Feminine. He's looking to her to restore him in some way, okay? But there could be that, you know, there's that little bit of a, I'm not sure, is this going to go anywhere? Because fives are numbers where we're kind of struggling, okay? We're struggling, we're kind of stuck. And so some of you might want to go towards this energy, but you're still unsure of this energy. As in, I'm not sure if this is the right time. I don't know if this is the right time to connect with this person. They might be down and out, or they might just be, you know, having an issue or a fight with that karmic partner and they're coming towards me. I'm picking up on that energy right now for some of you that are in that situation. This might not be the time to take action. This is what I'm saying, the sly and subtle approach. Don't just jump into it, okay? Don't just jump into that energy as oh, this is a fresh new start. They might not be done with that other situation, okay? They might just be down on their luck. I'm not saying they're using you, but they might not be done with that other energy yet. So now we have the 5 of action, 5 of wands, which says that something about current challenges, but be assertive, okay? So again, there could be some struggles that come your way towards this connection, or you just might be struggling mentally. Maybe you hear something, whatever it is, they're telling you not to just, lay down and die over it. Don't just freak out and say to yourself, it's all over. It's not going anywhere. Everything's a mess, yada, yada. They're telling you not to do that. They're telling you it's just a temporary struggle. It's just a temporary thing that happens. Okay. You might want to move forward with this energy, but you might want to wait, because 5s, then we have the 6s. 6s are about positive movement forward, victory, success. So the 5 energy is we're stuck here in the 5 for a reason. So it's a time for pause. It's a time for us to kind of think about things, which is exactly what the earlier messages were. So I'm hoping that that resonates with you. And if you're not going through this and you do go through this in the future, it's kind of like, I hope that you can take some of the energies and the messages that came through as, okay, remember that came up. Wasn't necessarily supposed to go off the, fly off the handle or jump into something without really thinking about it. Maybe this isn't the right time. Maybe something else needs to happen before this can actually go in the right direction. Okay. We have rise to the occasion, okay? Rise to the occasion is awesome. It says divine union. Oh, I love that. And we also think outside of the flock. So remember, earlier's message was think outside of the box. Remember that universal energy. It's about expansion. It's about really thinking about things in terms of the bigger picture. So we have rise to the occasion. What I'm getting from this card is that you may be called to rise to the occasion, as in to embody all of your strength and courage. Rise to the occasion of your full divine feminine energy. Rise to the occasion of not putting up with bullshit and saying, you know what? Nope, this isn't right for me. Or no, I'm going to say no to you this time, whatever that is. You might need to stand your ground is what I'm getting with that rise to the occasion. Okay. And it has to do with your divine union. But what I'm getting here is that think outside of the flock, because all of this happening right now is for the bigger picture. So even if there is a pause, even if there's a challenge in the future, even if you're experiencing a challenge now, what I'm seeing is that it really is towards divine union. So it's literally about having that belief that all that is happening right now is happening for a reason. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading. I hope you guys got something positive from everything that came through. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. All right, bye.